if it's windy, it's because I'm doing a tape. Every time I do a tape, wind comes. Not wind comes. Somehow I need to do a tape when it's windy. Like I'm like biggest Kev. Every time it's windy, he runs out and in the wind and makes a tape. Anyway, look, I call this tape "Who Hates Numbers? Look Away Now." Don't watch this tape. Who likes my tapes can continue watching, unless you don't like numbers. If you don't like numbers, hit the magic, smash that fast forward button, because eventually the numbers will go away. I want to tell you something. Just imagine, just imagine you've got a machine, right? You've got some kind of a setup where you're feeding your cons. You're feeding your cons in there, right? And what happens? That magic machine you got catches 50% of the gold out of that cons that you ran through. Say it catches 50%. You say to yourself, "Oh, fuck off! I'm not throwing half my gold away." Yeah. I don't want to throw half my gold away too. But if it caught 50%, you can pound that off, so you're guaranteed 50%. So then what you do, you get all the cons all the tailings that got away. I can win, piss off. I'm trying to talk to people here. Get out. So you get that, run it again, and your magic machine can catch 50%. So now it's going to catch 50% of the gold what's left in there, which will be 25% of the overall original bucket, because you've got 50% already cleaned up over there. So now you've got 25% in the mat. 50% of what you just ran, but it's 25% of the overall. So now you get that, pound it off, put it with that gold. Now you've got 70% of your gold out of that bucket of cons. Still, yeah, Mohammed, fuck off. It's 25% still going down the toilet. Yeah, but then you run it again. And again, and again, and again. How many times you want to run it again? Eventually, you're going to get the lot. I'll show you. Here's the numbers. This here is the machine, right? That says 50%. This is a 50% machine. You start off with 100% of gold is in that bucket. So you run it. You take that, what you caught in the mat, and place it over there. Pan it off, whatever. Now, once you get all that shit tailings back in the bucket, you're left with 50. Wind again. Run it once, you're left with 50% of the gold still in that bucket. Run it all again. You've now got 25% left of the gold in that bucket, because you've taken that and putting it in your fucking pan. Then you run them tailings again. All that tailings, you got 12.5% left. So you've run it once, run it again, run the whole what got through. Now what you got left in that bucket is 6.25%. You've run it 4 times. If your machine is a 50% machine, you've got 93.75% of the gold. You've lost 6 1/4. I wouldn't throw that away. That's stupid, throwing that away. So you run it again. Half of that, 3 1/8, 3.125. 3% of your gold still got away. So this 50% machine, you got to run it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10 times or something to get all the gold. That's a shit machine. That's a shit machine. 50% rubbish. Let's say we put a modification and improved it somehow, and we kicked that machine. Now it's a 60% machine. It catches 60% of the gold out of the bucket. So there's our 100% a bucket. We skip that, start again. So we get our 60% machine here, and our bucket's got 100% of cons and 100% of gold in it. Run it through once. What we caught, we go there and wash it in the pan and this and that. Then we come and run what got through. What got through is 40% of gold still in there. So we run it the second time. We knock that down. What got caught in the mat, we take it to our panning station. The tailings we put in a bucket now, 16% of the gold is in there. That's after 2 runs. We do that again. Now we're down to 6.4% of gold left in the bucket. Take that, put it over there. The bucket that got away, the material got away, take it, put it in the bucket, run it again. Now we're left with 2.5% of gold down the toilet. 1, 2, 3, that's 4 times. If we done that again, if you ran it a 5th time, it'll be about 1. If you ran it 4 times, the 60% machine, if you ran it 4 times, you got, who hates numbers? If you're still watching, I fucking warned you. I warned you. 1, 2, 3. If you ran it 4 times, we now got 90% of our gold we caught. If we ran it a 5th time, that'll kick up to close to 99%. So that's not a bad machine if we run it 4 times. Then let's go to 70%, running it 4 times. If you don't know where I'm at now, you shouldn't be watching. You shouldn't be here. Let's run it once. What's in our tailings? 30% of the gold. Let's run it all through again. What's in our gold? What's in our bucket? Tailings bucket. 9% of the gold. Let's run it the 4th time. 3rd time. 2.7 of gold. After our 4th run, and put that tailings in the bucket, we've only got 0.8% of gold in there, and we've caught 99.2% of the gold on a 70% machine. Now let's pretend we got the best machine on the planet, an 80% machine. Let's have an 80% machine. This is the story. I've sort of got numbers every bloody where here, but let's run our 100% bucket of cons and 100% of gold in that bucket all mixed up. We run it, we'll be catching 80% of it, right? Because it's an 80% machine. So what we didn't catch is 100 minus 80 gives us 20. So we lost 20. 20 in the tailings, goes back in, empty the mat over in the panning station, put all the tailings into the bucket. We've now got 20% of our gold, our total gold is in that bucket. Let's pump it through again. That's the once. Now our tailings are going to contain 4% of the gold, of our total gold. Okay, so this and that, and then we run it our 3rd time. Our tailings will have 0.8% of the total gold that we brought home in our cons bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4th time, it's got 0.16% of the tailings. Add all this shit up together, we come up with 99.84% of the gold. We lost 0.16% of our gold. If there was 1 gram, in our tailings, we lose 0.16 of a gram. Let's say you busted your ass for God knows how long, and you managed to get a bucket with 10 gram in it. In that case, you've lost 0.16 of 10. I forgot where I'm up to. Hang on. If it was 100 grams, if you had 100 grams, you'll lose 0.16 of a gram. I mean, that's nothing, isn't it? Say you had 10 grams, that means you only lost 0.016 of a gram. Is that right? Of course it is. If you had 100 grams of gold and you caught 99.84 grams, that means 0.16 of a gram got away. If 100 grams, who's got 100 grams? Nobody. Let's be realistic. Who gets 10 grams in a box of bucket of concentrate? 10 grams. Still nobody, but you've only lost 0.016. That's nothing for 10. Who gets 10 grams? You know, say 5. So you're losing nothing. Who knows what I'm talking about? So that's with an 80% machine. Now, have I got a 50% machine? Have I got a 60 or 70 or an 80? I don't know. But what I do know, I've got 4.5 kilo of cons here. For our American friends, that's 10 pound. 10 pound of cons, whatever that is in your language. 4.5 kilo of cons with an amount of gold. Doesn't matter how much. There's an amount. I'm going to run this through my machine. I'm not going to film the running because I'm going to be feeding it with a eating spoon, if I find an eating spoon somewhere. And anyway, it's somewhere. I'll be feeding it with an eating spoon, and I'm going to show you what I got caught in my mat, and we're going to pan it off together. And then after that, I'm going to collect the tailings, put them back in this bucket, and run it again. And we're going to learn about all these numbers that I punished you with. We're going to see whether that goes in the wheelie bin, because the bin man comes in a couple of days, so that'll be good. Or we're going to get excited about what's happening here. So for now, over. Okay, this is where the tape goes into the wheelie bin and I stop filming, or we continue on. Oh shit, there's still some black sand in there. Never mind. Never mind. I've run that 4.5 kilos, 10 pound in friends from America. Are they our friends? I don't know. Anyway, 5 kilo, 4.5 kilo. Who can see gold? There's my biggest piece all day there, and the biggest piece all day there. There's Pac-Man. Looks like a Pac-Man. You can't see that, but anyway, there's gold scattered all over the place. But the point is, it caught a lot of gold. This is not something I caught yesterday or the other day. This is material I've caught over a long period of time that I use for testing. I don't know how much is there. It is whatever it is. I don't need to know exactly, but I do need to wash this properly though. Make sure I get it all out so it doesn't show up in the second test, because I don't want it to do that. Yeah, the wind, right when I want to do panning, the wind comes. See, I've got silicon and shit everywhere and can get caught under that. And this, anyway, put that over there. What I'm showing now is 4.5 kilos, not just cons, pretty close to 4.5 kilos of black sand. You people in Wisconsin that do that lake there, and anyone else who does black sand, this is 4.5 kilos of black sand. 4.5 kilos and an amount of gold was in it. Oh fuck, I just stepped on a rake. Lucky it didn't jump up and poke me in the fucking nuts or the head. You know that rake thing? Anyway, this is how much 4.5 kilos reduced to. Who wants to see that? Just over a teaspoon. I mean, if you're cleaning up, you're cleaning up. You don't want to go from 4.5 kilos down to a kilo. You clean it up, mate. And this is what this has done. And I'm counting the time here. I'm panning this. Hopefully I'm out of the wind. I'm having trouble panning this. But still, this is a lot easier than panning 4.5 kilos of stuff. What you can do, this shit here, this here, the gold is up here. This is the not gold. This not gold, you put that in a container and save it for next Christmas or something, and you can play with it, because there will be tiny little small bits in there. Unless you're the best panner on the planet, then there won't be. I haven't got time to mess with that. If you do, good luck to you. Oh look, I can't do it like this. I have to do it this way. I need to eliminate this from my pan because it annoys me. This is how I do it. I just went over there to get out of the wind. Now it's not windy, so anyway, we do this backwashing. Yeah, I'm losing gold, but the idea is that you try to get that 4.5 kilos of cons done. I mean, who's got experience at 4.5? That's 10 pounds of black sand. Who's got experience at that knows how long it takes to do. So I'm doing this to see how long it will take me to turn it into gold. I've got a massive amount of gold here. Like I said, I didn't weigh it, but I got a picture in my mind of how much I had. I'm going to be here all day panning this. Oh, Pac-Man. This is Pac-Man. Who wants to see Pac-Man? I'll show you. If this can pick it up, I don't know. He's pointing that way. That's his big mouth pointing that way, and that's his eye there. And he's going beep beep beep. I don't know how it goes. I haven't played it for that many years. But that Pac-Man. Look, I'm having trouble sorting this shit out. I'm losing gold. Look, I'm not gonna spend any more time on that. Obviously, I'm the worst panner on the planet. I can't do that. But I'll do it very roughly now. Oh, see, these big Pac-Man trying to get away again. All these big pieces are trying to get away, so you pick them out and put them over there. They're not pickers, but well, Pac-Man might be. Anyway, oh, Pac-Man, naughty, get back up there! Stop eating me, eating the ghost. I don't know if Pac-Man is a good guy or a bad guy. I think he's the good guy. Yeah, the ghosts are the bad guys. Okay, so that's what I caught. Now, if I knew how much gold I had, which I do have a picture in my head, numbers are back, people. Have I got an 80% machine, a 70, a 60, or a 50, or worse than 50? No, I reckon that's more than 50. of the total gold that was in that tailings buck, that cons buck. I got a feeling I'm doing better than that. And if who watched the numbers said, I spit on this machine. I spit on it. It doesn't catch enough unless you run it 10 times. So that's good. I got a feeling I'm better than that. I reckon I might be. Is that 60? So that means there should be another 40 more than that. Could be. I reckon I'm somewhere between here and there. It's not 90, but 90 would leave me with 20%. No, I'm not an 80% machine, but I might be above 60. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to chuck this back in the bucket. What I could do, right? I just wanted to pretty much see how long it takes to pan that off. But another option is you run this nonsense here 4 times and don't even pan it off. Just chuck it all in a separate bucket and then come back and do the tailings. And then at the end of the 4 halt runs, run that bastard through there, maybe a little bit lesser angle. The angle I'm running, this is my setup for my machine. I'm running 15.5 degrees. 15.5 degrees. I'm running an 1100 pump. 15.5, 1100 pump, and I'm feeding it with an eating spoon. I need to wet this mat. It's been in the sun too long, like me. So otherwise it's dry mat. Shit gets away. I'll put a bit of water on. There you go. Oh, that doesn't go yet. I haven't emptied my bloody tailings out. So this goes over here. I'll show you this. I didn't show you this part, so I'll show it now before the numbers come back to get you. So I do that, and I tap, 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 tap. Then I get my big bucket, get my tailings. Hopefully they all landed in here pretty much, and who's looking at that? See how much black sand in there? It's all black sand, mate. Only the Lake Wisconsin people, well, not only, but they'll know what I'm talking about. Jeez, I can't. There. Oh, fuck, I lost half. Jesus. Idiot. Bit dumb. Don't be dumb, people. Do it properly. When you wash the dishes, right? Don't leave crumbs and shit still on the dishes. That's not washing dishes. Wash them properly. Anyway, how much got away? Not much. That goes back in there. That goes there somehow. Oh, why won't that go in now? Okay, that went in. Fuck. That goes on there. This one goes back on here. Pump. So that's how long all that shit took to pan it. And I've lost half, that's right. I better get that. Could be some gold in that, who knows. I didn't lose half, but a small amount. Let me see if there's any gold in it. Pretty much not. Oh shit, there's more here. Fuck. That'll do. Don't be sloppy, people. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Being a grub, I know what it takes to be a grub. Anyway, that shit can go in there. Okay, now I'm going to film how long it takes me to feed 4.5 kilos of black sand, because I need to know. You don't need to know. You can piss off. Come back when it's finished. Keep pumping that fast forward button. Okay, starting from now, you can start pressing that fast forward. This is how much I put in, you know, a big amount. Just get it in there. Don't muck around. It might have been a bit too much. This is a better amount, a large eating spoon. Yeah, so why I'm filming this nonsense? Yeah, it's windy when I'm talking. I'm going to talk here. Why I'm filming this? I need to know how long it takes me to run 4.5 kilos of material and multiply it by 4, because that means if I'm going to run this stuff 4 times, I need to know how long it will, I multiply it by 4, and that's how long it will take me. Then I add on all that panning bullshit over there. See how long it takes. So it might be 2 hours, but then again, 4.5 kilos of panning black sands probably take 2 hours. I know Peter PK Gold Adventures, no, Peter K gold and opal hunting and killing Bambi and stuff like, and smoking meat. He makes wonderful Peter K PK smoky bacon. He makes wonderful not cabana. Oh shit. Chorizos and cabana too, probably, I don't know. But I mean, I don't know if it's wonderful. It looks wonderful. He done a whole chicken one time, or 2 or 3 in his smoker. Anyway, I forget why I mentioned. Oh yeah, he knows about black sand, and he knows how long it takes to pan black sand to get the gold out of black sand. Not only pan it to get it out of black sand, even if you spend your whole life doing it, there's still gold left in the tailings. So anyway, I'm pretty sure he'll say, fuck, I'm sure it'll take me 24 hours to pan all that. Well, not, we'll say 6 hours anyway, or 2 days. Like, you wouldn't be doing it 24 hours a day. 2 days, like 3 hours one day, 3 hours the next day. Anyway, I'm nearly there, throwing this in. Okay, that's in. Put that there. Get a little bit of water in here. Chuck that in there. Get a little bit more water in here. Squish it. Chuck it in there. Ah, oh, still more in there, hang on. I got to get it all out of there because I pissed that bucket off. That's too big. I can't reach in here. So I get this small bucket, wash my funnel, wash my everything there. And now, because I've got a steep angle here, I've still got black sand in there, so I do that. If I made it properly, I wouldn't have to do this. Not if I made it properly. It's just this is all for my river sluice and that. And I didn't adjust it properly. for this job. Got more black sand there. And a little bit more there. One for you and one for you, and that's that. Yeah, pretty much that's that. It goes there. Okay, turn it off. Turn that's off now. Just over there. Now let's go to the panning station. Oh, there's still heaps of black sand in there. Fuck it. Fuck it anyway. Doesn't matter. Now this. Now the tunneling's been run the second time through. Bring it over here. Who's been watching this tape and didn't fast forward, or did, but saw how much gold we caught on the previous run, can pull that picture out of your head and have a look at this. I'm sure I got most of that, but I've got to make sure, 100% sure. That's got to be it. Now we yeah, windy. Backwash this, backwash. Doing good. Doing good. Going really well. Okay, do that. Backwash a bit more. This time I caught a lot of lead. The lead escaped the first time for whatever reason. Didn't escape this time. I'm losing small amounts of gold because I'm rushing. I haven't got time to piss fart about. Gold can go. Not gold, a piece of lead. Washing. Backwashing. Lead out. Crap out. More water. Shake it up. Backwash. Okay, look, that's fine. This is not perfectly clean, but it's fine. I need to show you. I don't know if I was pointing the right place. Damn it. Anyway, bad luck. That who watches my tapes knows I don't point in the right place all the time. I get out of the wind. There's more wind there. I want to tell you something. You need to remember how much I caught before and compare it to what I caught now. My brain tells me that I've got, the previous pan had 8 times more than this. That's what my brain's telling me, 8. Minimum 8, maybe 10. So if we go over here, if we go here, this is, on a 50% machine, this sort of result would be telling me well, it's only 50%. 1/8 is like 1/8 is 87.5%. So it's definitely. I should be well above these. I got a feeling I might have an 80% machine going by this and the previous. But the thing is, I'm going to run that again on the third run. Comparing the first run to this run, it's not easy to compare. But on the third run, which I'll be doing after this, I need to remember how much was here and see how much is in the I catch on the third run. If the third run and this run are the same, I need to pull the blackboard out. Yeah, or the wheelie bin. And there's room enough for me to climb in the wheel bin this time. But we'll be back with a further report. Over. Windy. Okay, look. Now it's been through 3 times. I found out why I'm getting a bit of black sand in still this, because the black sand, the light black sand's fucking wind. It's overflowing and going onto the floor, and the pump is sucking it back up again and spitting it out. But anyway, that's done now. So let's check how much we got. This is a very important cleanup. Uh-oh, I can see this tape going in the wheelie bin. I'm thinking this might go in the wheelie bin because there's a bit too much gold here. I need very little gold. Okay, so all those people who were frightened of numbers, you can come back now. It's safe to go back in the water. Or not. Let me see. Sometimes us pessimists are wrong, and things are not as bad as we thought. But what we need to do, compare. Fucking how's this shit? Hang on. I've been pointing the wrong way all day. Damn it. Now maybe. Anyway, this is the third pass through. The machine, and yeah, I know it's windy. What I need to do is bring back my mental picture of pan number 2 and compare it to this pan number 3, and this has to be less. If it's the same or more, it won't be more, can't be more surely, but if it's the same or very similar, wheelie bin time. And I wasted an hour of your time. Who watched? Anyway, I'm not sure. So far, it looks like a 50% job. Or could be. Funny how usually when you're cleaning up your pan, you're hoping for as much gold as you can, and now I'm hoping for as little as I can. I got way too much. This experiment didn't work as usual. Damn it. But it's good to try anyway, because then you know next time not to do that. So experiments aren't just to learn what you should do. It's also to learn what not to do. I'm seeing too much gold. It's annoying me. It's stupid. I'm confusing myself. One part of my brain wants to see as much gold as I can, and one part is saying, please don't find no gold, please don't find. But there's heaps. Well, I suppose both parts of my brain should be pleased, because it's not a massive amount. It's sort of a compromise between my two brains, the one that wanted to see a lot and the one that didn't want to see any. That's the thing about compulsion and addiction. The brain that knows not to do that, say for example masturbation, or food, people who eat food, or people who eat food while they're masturbating. Don't do that. Your brain says don't do that, but your other brain says, yes, do it, go, bring it on. And the proper brain is the one that says not to do that. It's not part of God's plan. None of that. Actually, I think I'm good. Actually, this experiment is fine. If you can hear me above the wind, this experiment's working out. My machine's good. The way I'm running my machine. I haven't got a 50% machine. I've got better than a 50%. What? The wind, man. I'm killing all my viewers with the wind, if they're still here. Look. Oh, it's important that I clean this properly. I'm almost there. Look. Let me try a bit more. Come on, Black Sands, get out of there. Oh no, I'm losing too much gold. I can't do this. Like if I didn't have a camera and annoying everybody, I could go slow. But anyway, now people who managed to get this far without missing too much, the ones who can remember the previous pan cleanup, that'll do. Who can remember the previous pan cleanup? What you need to do now is try to imagine, was the previous cleanup 2 of these? If the previous cleanup was twice as much as I got here, that means I've got a 50% machine. Numbers, look people, attack with the numbers. That means I've got a 50% machine, and I said that's plus. So, but if the previous pan had, I don't know if it did. I think I might have a 60% machine if I'm lucky, or a 50%. But then people, that's a 50 to 60% machine with 4.5 kilos of pure black sand. If I had the same amount of gold in, say, 2 kilos of black sand, the efficiencies of the machine would be higher. I don't know 100%, but I think it will be. But anyway, I'm not going to film anymore. I've basically got, look, was the previous pan double that? Was the previous pan more than double? Oh, I'd love to think it's a 60% machine. If it was a 60%, 1, 2, 3. If I run it one more time, I should get half of that. Look, that's not much gold. Oh, that is a lot out of that bucket. Anyway, I'm going to run it one more time. I might come back with a report. I will. A very small report. This is a fucking long tape. Sorry about that. Who hates my tapes? Who hates my tapes? You shouldn't be here anyway. What are you doing here? I told you not to come. Anyway. Down the toilet. Not down the toilet. In the basin you go. You too. Oh, here comes a big wind. I'm turning this off. Quick. Over. Okay, I've run it for the 4th time. The tape is what it is, a fucking abortion like always. Mate, it's not that bad. I mean, the tape's bad, but the a wasp. I can't hit it. My pants full of gold. It flew away. Fuck off. It wasn't an African wasp. I think it was a Mexican wasp or Australian. Anyway, this is the 4th the fourth run through, bulk lead, and a bit of gold too. Shit. It'd be nice if there was no gold. There has to be gold because there was plenty in the previous pan, so there has to be some at least. There's a huge piece in here, probably the biggest piece all day. That's what annoys me. There's quite a few big pieces. Why would the biggest piece all day continue escaping all day? Damn. I need to observe that biggest piece to see what feature it has as distinct from all the other gold. Where am I pointing? About there. You know, if those pieces weren't so big, there'd be hardly any gold in there, but they are. Okay. Tidy that up. Look, I'd say I've got a 50% machine, the one that should be shot and pissed on. Or have I got a 60? I don't know. This is what I caught on the fourth effort. I don't know. Can you see that in the sun? Probably. If you can't, there it is in the shade. And back in the sun again. And in the shade, in the sun. Shade. So whatever. That would be. See, I reckon that's the fourth run. I wouldn't want to find all that in the fifth run. I'm going to have to do a fifth run, but I'm not going to show it. 4, 1, 2, 3. No, I've designed all this with 4 runs. But I did explain at the start for all the people who hate numbers, there they are there. I did explain that there's a shot and piston machine, this one, but if you ran it 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you ran it 5 times, it's almost as good as a 60% machine that could be run 4 times. So it's just the worse efficient your machine is, the more times you have to run your tailings. And the more times you've got to run your tailings, the more better off you would have been just panning it. You know, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the calculator out and play around. I'm going to watch this tape and I'm going to calculate all the minutes I spent panning and this and that, and then add them all together, the 4 lots of panning that I done, and the 4 lots of running material that I done. I'll add them all together, and I've got a feeling it wouldn't be 2 hours, so it's got to be quicker than just panning the whole lot. Got to be, but there's probably still gold in that tailings there, but that can go in the Christmas bowl for next year. But I'm going to run it one more time. I'm going to be back with some sort of report. Over. I've completed the 5th run. I took out the mat and I got good news. Oh, not real good news. I mean, better than the previous pan. Anyway. There was very little gold here that I could see. Let's look together if I was mistaken. I need none. One small piece, no big stuff. If there's a big chunk in there, I can see 1 visible. Back up there. 2 visibles. Oh fuck! I think it was a flop. I thought it was good news. It's disgusting news. Wait a minute. Let me look again. lead. I'm catching a lot of lead lately for some reason. Get out. No, there's no chunk, surely. Please don't be a chunk of gold. Oh, there's one big piece, a biggest Kev nugget. Damn it. No, I mean, that's not a biggest Kev nugget. I can see it. It can't be biggest Kev nugget if you can see it. He was going so well with biggest Kev, and then it turned to shit again. Look, what have I got here? Look, there's not much. There's nothing there. What's in there? I can see one easy visible, and there was another one hiding. There they are. No one. That's a piece of lead. Can get the fuck out. There we go. I'll show you. I'll show you two pieces of gold. You can see. Three or two. I don't know what that is. Is it? That's not. That's a piece of crystal. Gem. There's one tiny piece there and one there. That's after 5 cleanups. I would suggest that I've got the lot now. Now if I've got the lot and it's taken me 5 cleanups, 4 cleanups, those 2 what I got away, and maybe whatever's left in there, which who knows, and unless I would expect there's nothing. I might run a 6th one later, tomorrow, the next day, whatever. I'm thinking I've got a 50% machine, but I'm running at 15.5 degrees and 1100 water, which is not 1100, the 1100 pump. It's probably more like about 650 or 700, if that. But there you go, that's that. I'm going to be back with some calculations. For people who like calculations, not calculations, but a wrap, not a wrap up, but the numbers, what this all means. Who doesn't know what all this means? If you've watched it this long and you still don't know what it means, I feel sorry for you. The Windy, bye-bye, over. Here we go. Okay, so here, I've done the numbers. I don't know if it's dark here. Can you see? I'm in the shade. I'm in the wind and the shade. Anyway, look. I roughly worked out it takes me 9 minutes to run 4.5 kilos of cons, like sand and shit. 9 minutes. So 9 minutes per thing, and each pant to clean up. I could probably do it in 2 minutes, but say 3 minutes. So if I choose to run that cons 4 times, it's going to be 9 over here and 3 over there. That's 12 times that by 4. 12 4 is 48. It'll take me 48 minutes to get nearly all the gold. Like, you never know how much is left behind until you run it infinite times. But I tell you what I have done. Anyway, 4 times. No, I'll tell you something else. So 4 times, 48 minutes. 12 4s are 48. Because I'm thinking I might have a 50% machine, it needs to be run 5 times. Run this 5 times, it's equivalent to running a 60% machine 4 times. So running it 5 times means I've got to run it 5 times here, which is 9 minutes, and 5 times there, which is 3 minutes. 9 and 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. It'll take me an hour. It'll take me an hour to run these cons 5 times, get all the gold out of it. I actually ran it a 6th time. I'm not sure if I taped the 5th time. I think I did, or not. But there was 2 small pieces. You probably didn't see them on the tape, but I saw them, and I said, "Shit, I'm gonna run it a 6th time." And I ran it a 6th time, and this time, instead of 2 tiny little pieces, I found one piece, a bigger piece, probably equivalent to those two little ones stuck together, a little bit about that. So there may be one or two more visibles left in there. Now, out of a whole bucket of cons, whatever it was, is it worth playing with that? No. You can either throw it away or leave it in, or run it again another time on your birthday or on Christmas Day or Boxing Day, whatever you want to do. But pretty much got it all. What I want to do now, I want to show you something. I panned this 6 times. What I caught here. So if it takes me 3 minutes to pan it, probably less, more like 2, but say it took me 3. That's 18 minutes. I did mention early on that instead of panning after every run, just chuck it in a basin. Do your 5 runs or your 4 or your 3, 4 or 5, 4, 5 or 6, whatever you want to do. Just chuck it in a basin and then pan it all off at the one time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my panning technique. I'll show you. Let me get this crap out. Try to get some clean water happening here. I realise this camera doesn't work too good in the dark, so I'll get out in the sun. This is after 6. This is after 6 runs. How much material I got? I'll get an eating spoon. Wait, it's more than a teaspoon, that's for sure. Oh, look, I'm not going to go in. I'll tell you how much is there. Oh, they won't. You're lucky if there's one rounded eating spoon in there. So if we ran 5, 6 times, this is how much cons we'll get. And we'll see how long it takes to, instead of oh shit, so much gold, man. I have to be careful. See how long it takes. Instead of panning each after each run, let's try adding them all up. You can't see nothing. What can I do? The sun's nearly down, mate, and the wind is here. I have to get out of the wind somehow. Anyway, if you can fast forward this part. This is just me backwashing. But I need to know how long it takes. Like I said, 6 pannings would be somewhere between 12 and 18 minutes. 6 individual pannings. I want to see how long it will take doing a whole lot at once. It's a bit of gold, it's a bit of shit. And then all this stuff in there you put in a bucket. Who wants to put in a bucket can run it again one day when it's pissing down rain. Oh, for people in America, when everything's snow, you got something to do. Most of us in Australia don't have that issue of being can't do nothing in winter time. We go, winter time's probably the most productive time. Fuck snow. What a stupid idea that is. Some people actually go there. They go drive 100 miles to go to the snow. I done it on a couple of occasions. So, but I don't do it like because I just want to see what does it look like. Not to play in it. I'm going to be here all day. See, when you're not typing, it goes, panning goes alright, but when you're typing, it bloody fuck off, whatever that is. You want to hurry up so that people don't get bored. Who's bored? I told you what to do. Fast forward. I'll still be here. Oh, what's that? Oh, look at the size of that gem, man. Or whatever it is. Ah, I'm tired of panning, that's why. I'm tired of this whole tape. I wish I could fast forward it. Can't. I'll lose gold if I fast forward it. Where are you going? I think it was better. No, I think it was better to pan them off one by one. Anyway, I'll keep going a bit more. Wait up, tap tap tap. I need to do it in the shade. I know you probably can't see nothing, but if I do it in the sun, then I can't see. It's like glary or whatever. Anyway, some tiny bits they can go in there. I could run this again, you know. This what got away. And I'll catch whatever's in there. Yeah, it's windy. I know we get Omar, my son Omar, to do this shit. He doesn't mind doing it on occasion. I already got him once today to do it, to see if any escaped. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Oh, two good pieces. Poof off. Get up there. And I've got bits of gold with bloody the host rocks still on them, and they tend to float away. This is, I'm getting bored with this. I'm going to already quit and say that it'll be quicker to pan each pan each run as you do them. This is nonsense. It might be quicker, but it's boring. Might as well just pan the whole bloody... Oh, fuck. Yeah, look, I'm bored with this. But what I'm going to do... I finish off this with for people who like to see gold. No, I'm not going to. I do this quicker. No, look, I'm done. Fucking mosquitoes are here, see? Who wants to see it? Yeah. These mosquitoes, see all the blood came out. I don't know, is that mine or his? Probably mine. I don't want to show you the gold. It's in there. I'll show you a black smile. Yeah, a black smile. It's not even a smile, it's just a smudge. Anyway, that's how long that took. Add another 5 minutes to that, how long that took, and that's how long it took. Okay, so that's it from me. If you learned something, good. If you didn't learn something, well, that's no good. Regardless, that's that. Mohamed Novalia, the Gold Sluice Fiddler, signing out. Over.